everyone, I'm Kayla. Welcome back for another week of Monster Munchies. The theme this week is something near and dear to my heart. This week we'll be working with cheese, and as far as what I'm gonna make the classic, amazing cheese snack. I'm making homemade Cheez-Its. So let's give it a shot. So for the dough for the homemade Cheez-Its, what you will need is 1 8-ounce block of cheddar cheese, finely grated with a microplane. You want it to be as fine as possible so it'll incorporate well with the dry ingredients. And you don't want the pre-shredded stuff that you can get at the store because they coat that with like a chemical that keeps it from sticking together, so it won't melt as well. You'll need 6 3/4 ounces of all-purpose flour, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of sugar, and 1 cup of heavy cream. So for my Cheez-Its, I'm first gonna take my flour, baking powder, sugar, and salt, and give those a whisk to evenly mix them. Next, I'm going to fold my cheese into the dry ingredients. And once your cheese and flour have come together and look something like this, it's time to fold in the cream. I'm also gonna make sure that Oswald gets set to 375 degrees. And then once my cream and cheese mixture comes together, I'm gonna turn it out onto a floured countertop and knead it until it comes into a nice ball. Once your ball has come together and is nice and smooth, you're gonna divide it in 2. And with half of my dough, I'm gonna roll it out to a 15 by 11 inch rectangle, which conveniently is about the size of my cell pad. Once my dough is rolled out, I'm going to transfer it to a parchment-lined sheet pan. Let's try it this way. And then I'm gonna clean up these edges a little bit. And then cut these into 1-inch squares. If you want really authentic looking Cheez-Its, you can use a fluted pastry wheel to get that ridged edge, but I don't have one of those, so I'm just going to use a pizza cutter. And for that last little Cheez-It bit of authenticity, you can poke a hole into the middle of each cracker with a chopstick. And then lastly, you're gonna do the same thing with your other piece of dough. And the last step before putting these guys in the oven, we're gonna need to make an egg wash. I have 1 egg plus 1 egg yolk. I'm gonna add to that about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And I'm gonna add a tablespoon of water. Then I'm gonna take my egg wash and a pastry brush and give these guys a nice little brush before sticking them in the oven. I'm also gonna sprinkle these with a little more salt. And once they're ready, I'm gonna put these in the oven for 24 minutes. And once your crackers are done, take them out of the oven and let them cool on a rack until they're room temperature. Ooh, looks tasty. So I must say, these Cheez-Its are really good. The ones on the outside got really crispy. The ones on the inside are a little softer, but they're still good. But because these are made mostly of cheese and not much else, they're just bursting with cheesy flavor and deliciousness. I don't even want to share them with the cat. And as always, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye. Okay, maybe I'll share one.